friends, this is the Miss Wolfie from our half-acre homestead, and I'm making soap for Christmas gifts, and you all folks wanted to see it. I've done it before, but let's do it again. Now this is that 3/4 of a 5-gallon pail of ground deer fat and pig fat. All I did was I took that entire 5-gallon pail of ground up fat and I divided it between 2 big pressure canners, added half a gallon of water each. Doesn't matter about as long as you have some water, at least equal amounts. And then I just pressure cooked it for 90 minutes and poured it through a sieve right back into the bucket, and this is what we got. This was on top of the water. Actually, it wasn't water, it was gel. I think we got about 20 pounds here, so we need 2 pounds. So let's get at that. Okay, first we're gonna measure out our fat, and we need 2 pounds. Now, I'm just using this clear nut container because a plate covers my digital. You are going to need fat. If you want, you're going to need scent. This is lilac and bloom fragrance oil that I got from Candora Soaps and Soap Supplies. And if you want, you're going to need color. And in this is violet purple. Obviously, this soap's for me. So first things first, we're going to start by turning on our scale, setting this on it, and then discounting the weight of that. Okay, so that's at 0. Now, we're just gonna, we're just gonna start carving on this big block of fat. Oh, there it is. That's the way to do her. You're also gonna need a crock pot. And folks, if you've never done this before, please, please, please wear rubber gloves and eye protection and have a spray bottle of vinegar handy, because if you splash lye water on your skin, vinegar is the only solution that will neutralize the burning of the lye. So we're at 13 ounces. It's going to take a lot more than this. What's making this so hard and crumbly is the suet. The deer suet is really, really, it's like cow fat. It's a tallow. It makes a nice hard soap. That's why I don't mind using lard, but if I have a choice, I will take suet any day of the week. Let's get this fat into the crock and melting. Okay, so here's our 2 pounds of fat, and it is lovely. This is going to make hard soap because it's a lot more hard because of the suet. So we're going to let this melt, and we're going to work on our lye solution. Okay, so here's our scale, and we want to measure the water and the lye by weight. So we need 10 ounces of water, so I'm going to put my measuring cup on here, which is over 2 pounds, and we're going to tear it off to make it 0. And now we're gonna put in 10 ounces of water. Exactly 10 ounces of water on a hot pad. And now I'm going to measure out my lye. And we need 4.4 ounces of lye. So again, we're going to measure our glass and then tear it so that it's down to 0. And we're going to put in 4.4 ounces and 4.4 ounces. So we're going to add the lye to the water. Never ever the water to the lye because this can splash up and burn you. So be very carefully, and put it on a hot pad, folks, because the chemical reaction between the lye and the water, it's going to get really hot. And always keep a spray bottle of plain white vinegar handy, just in case you splash yourself. Spray it immediately with plain vinegar, and that will neutralize it. You should be standing well away from this solution too, because the fumes can be very hot on your lungs. So, face mask, rubber gloves, eye protection. We're just going to let that sit there and dissolve while our fat melts. I hope you can see this because I have my camera at a very odd angle. So here's our melted fat, and now we're very carefully going to pour our lye water into the fat. Make sure we get it all. We're going to put this on low, and we're going to stick blend it. I am just putting this on low and stirring it until it comes to trace, which means when I pull this through it, it's going to leave a trace or a track. We don't want it like pudding. We want a light trace, more like, I don't know, pancake batter. Now we don't put the scent in until we're ready to put it in the molds. But we can put the color in now while it's still semi-liquid. Now I have no idea how much this is going to color my soap, so I'm going to do it a little bit at a time. Whoa. This doesn't look like purple to me, folks. It looks blue. I hope this changes to purple because this is lilac soap, folks. And I am not amused that it's coming out blue. Now, we are going to set the lid on this crock pot. It is turned down to, look at my hand, folks. That's not purple, that's blue. And we're going to set our cowgirl timer for 1 hour. And no matter how much you want to peek, stir, or otherwise, you just leave it go. And while that's cooking, we're going to go make our molds. Okay, so while our soap is cooking, I'm going to make a mold box. And the best boxes are these big parchment paper boxes or tinfoil boxes, the ones that are nice and big and square. And this one is almost done, so I'm going to use it. There, now. This will now fit because it's longer than the area. And that's pretty much all we need, is that. Okay, so here, ooh, it's looking beautiful. Now this is the time we put the scent in, folks. Just before we put it in the mold. So I'm gonna shut this crock pot off. Now I have no idea how much, this is really strong scent. So I'm just gonna pour in half and see how that does. We don't like a lot of strong scent in our soaps. We just want to make sure that's really well mixed in. Just like that. And now I'm going to put it in the mold. You want to be quick because we want to keep it hot so that it's nice and malleable. However, folks, remember, if you really want nice, smooth soap and you don't want to have to trim the rough edges off, you make cold process soap. Now, oh, I think that's just enough scent. Any more would be overpowering. I'm going to put this in between the toaster and the bread box. And we'll be back when this is set. Okay, so here is my lilac soap, and it did go lavender. It didn't go blue. So that shows you how much I know about colors. And here is a batch. This is called Cashmere Woods, and it's a very delicate scent. And here is Papa's favorite, his patchouli. And here is how much suet and fat I have left. Good thing I got lots of lye. This is the Mrs. Wolfie from our half-acre homestead saying, looks like I got a lot more soap to make. Take care, God bless, ho, ho, ho.